Hi everybody, my name is Kiernan B and welcome. Today we're going to talk all about moon phases and how to really work with those moon phases. We're also going to talk a little bit about yoga and some different tools that you can kind of implement within your practice so that you can even further work with the energy of the moon. So before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe button and let's jump right in. So first off, we have the new moon. Everything always starts with the new moon. It is when the sky is clear and we can't even see it. So I know that the new moon also brings in a sense of trusting in the process. It also brings a lot of new beginning sort of feeling. It also brings in a lot of like, what kind of intentions do I want to create? What am I after? What am I going to manifest throughout this new phase? Brings up a lot of new energy. Fool card if you follow tarot. So yeah, it's where everything starts and begins. This is a time to really turn inward, to breathe, to feel, to start to invite new, fresh energy in. And whether or not you follow the moon phases or not, that new and fresh energy is probably already going to start to kind of trickle in and you're going to start to feel it without even realizing. So, this is also a time to meditate and visualize. Really get into it when you visualize. When you visualize, you can sit down and really taste it, smell it, hear it, see it, everything. Use all of those five senses to really put yourself in that moment and be there completely. And then fill your heart with gratitude, those elevated emotions as well, so that you can just really propel yourself right into whatever you want to manifest. Awesome. So next we have the waxing crescent. It'll start to be that little like, oh, there's a little bit of the moon popping up. Headed towards that like classic half moon kind of shape. So this is where we're going to start to kind of feel a little bit mood boosters. We're going to start to feel a little bit happier, a little bit more like, oh, okay, I've got my energy back. I'm starting to flow. Like, okay, I'm starting to get clarity. Clarity is a big thing here. I'm starting to get clarity on what I am after, what I desire, and what I'm going to manifest for this next moon phase. This is where you can start to increase your movement, start to amp yourself up, really start to get that momentum going. So power yoga is really great here if you run or anything that takes a lot of physical activity. You're going to kind of invite that masculine into your daily. Yeah. Then after you start to kind of get that momentum going, we're going to blend right into the first moon. You're probably going to feel this pretty quick. It's going to start to be like, wow, I got all this momentum. I've got all this energy. You're going to get a huge energy boost at that moment. This is the most beautiful place to take action. Lots and lots of action. It is time to go. Let's go. This is another place you can start to do power yoga. You can start to do anything that's going to invite a lot of that masculine flowing energy into you. Things like that. Meditation is probably going to be a little bit harder here. This is not a phase where I sit down and really turn inward and meditate and rest. It's really a place where I'm outward focused. I'm bringing out into the world my inner beauty. So it's also a place that you're probably going to notice connecting with others a lot more, really talking with friends and going out and doing things. And then you're going to start to kind of go into the waxing gibbous, where at this point you're almost full moon. You're going to see it in the sky, almost round, but like a little bit of that edge off of the moon. So that waxing gibbous. And every time I see this, I'm like, oh, okay, I can feel that full moon coming. You're going to really want to ground yourself. You've had all this heat, all of this momentum going. Your energy is starting to kind of settle down. So this is a great place to ground down. Really ask yourself, what do I deserve? What more do I deserve to give myself to the world? What is my body asking for? What does my spirit feel like? What are my thought patterns? Are they healthy? Are they serving me? or do they need to be released and let go of? This is a great place to still do yoga, but maybe not quite power yoga. Maybe do more yoga stretching and breaking things down into different postures and things like that. Maybe getting creativity you might feel here. I often feel that right before the full moon, I get really creative, even around the full moon. But kind of just starting to slow that momentum down. Then we're going to get right into the full moon. This is where it is time to be present, super present, because your mind is going to take all of that action and it's going to start to build momentum and heat here, and you're going to mind fuck yourself. Honestly, I know that sometimes when I get to the full moon, I get this like give me mentality where it takes a minute. Your mind wants results now, I know. But if you can tap into that heart space and be present and just sit with everything that you've created, really look back to the start of the new moon and be really super appreciative. Be like, fuck yeah, I did all of that. I'm amazing. I'm incredible. I am powerful. Start to invite those gratitude emotions into you, and you're going to be present, and things are going to manifest more quickly around you. And the little things that you took action on that are now manifesting, you're going to notice. Whereas when we're not present, you may not even notice that they're manifesting. How sad. How sad that we're not noticing that when we've created all this action, we've created all these things. You deserve, and I deserve, and we deserve to recognize when things are manifesting, even if they're tiny, because all those tiny things add up to really big things, right? That's kind of a different tangent to go on. But the full moon is a great place to do either sun salutations, moon salutations, to really be intuitive with yourself. This is a great place for intuitive yoga flowing. This is when I sit down on my mat, I tune in and say, what do I deserve? And I flow. If that means breath comes up in my mind, I go with breath. If that means I come up with meditation, visualization, or even just writing in my journal. I do a lot of thought work when it comes around the full moon. That is when I know that I need to release any thoughts that are no longer serving me. Get down and get my thought patterns right, because this is a beautiful time that I am manifesting and creating, and I need to shed the bullshit, basically, right? So then we have the waning GIBBOUS. It goes waxing, then waning, yeah? So this is when you can, again, crank up that appreciation and gratitude. At the full moon, you should have really released anything not serving you. Let go of it and shed it, everything that you no longer want to hold on to. So you should be feeling about this point pretty clear, pretty light, flowy, but you're also going to have a little bit of that energy start to kind of deplete more. So again, crank up the appreciation, the gratitude, really enjoy the way that you have blossomed within everything that you've created. Yeah. This is a really great place within your yoga practice for heart openers, tons of breath to get really creative and really just have fun. Maybe invite a lot of that femininity into your existence, into your being. We really went with the masculine for a while and then feminine to balance, right? We got that yin yang kind of going on, that give and take, right? So then you've got the last moon, the third quarter moon. This is always where I'm like, I need a nap. Every day I need a nap. You're going to have lower energy possibly. It's this beautiful time to turn inward, to self-reflect, to give yourself a lot of self-care. It's beautiful. It's a great place for meditation to really shut down the mind, to calm down the mind. Relaxing yoga. I do a lot of like yoga therapy or yoga stretches, or this is a beautiful time also for breath work. This is always when I'm doing a lot of breath work and meditation and just shutting my being down. I don't necessarily want to go out and do a lot of movement and be really masculine. This is where the feminine comes in, and you're kind and gentle and loving with yourself. After that, you're going to come into that waning crescent again, that beautiful little classic moon, right? This is where, again, you're resting, you're recharging. You're going to really self-care, nourish, fill back up your cup, okay? It's been a long journey through these moon phases since you hit the new moon. You've taken all that action, you've depleted your energy, and now we're recharging, we're regenerating. We are cocooning again. This is a great place for spiritual practices. So tarot cards, using crystals a lot. I always tend to use crystals all the time. Different types of crystals throughout the moon phases, but this is a really great place to use crystals. Like if you need a little bit more energy, citrine is a beautiful crystal to use around that waning crescent. Or just a little bit of the lighter stones to kind of lift you up. And then you've got, journaling, doing your thought work, things like that, really just clearing out everything and coming in. I always take a lot of baths during the third moon and kind of going into that new moon. Tons of baths, tons of naps, and anything that's going to make you feel good. Yeah. This is also where you can kind of just skip yoga if you don't feel like it. You can stretch or just give yourself a break. Yeah. So those are all of the moon phases. They're all of the 8 moon phases and some tools in there to assist you along your journey to work with the energy of the moon phases and then incorporate more into your practice as well. So before you go, I have a gift for you. It is a free printable. It'll look like this when you print it off. And it has everything that we just talked about and a little reference guide for you. You can hang it up or leave it in your binder or whatever you want to do with it. And I'll link it down below for you. Thank you so much for watching, and leave any comments or questions that you want to talk about. Let's open up some conversation and dialogue and enjoy each other, get to know each other, and connect with everybody. So thanks so much again for watching. I'll see you next time.